Will Enterprises is very excited to be your vendor for the 2015 Relay for Life season. During the next half an hour or so, I will go through ordering procedures and timelines, t-shirt tip sheet and guide, sponsor artwork requirements, proofing your artwork and approvals, turnaround time and shipping. If you have any questions during the presentation, please write them down and then we'll answer any questions that you may have at the end of the presentation. Who is Will Enterprises? Will Enterprises is a family-owned and operated promotional products business specializing in screen printing and embroidery. For over 25 years, we've maintained the lowest prices, top-notch service as our main objectives. We work with numerous businesses, organizations, and nonprofit groups at local and national levels. We employ about 100 people here and are able to produce over 40,000 shirts per day. We produce shirts for clients such as MS, Special Olympics, Kidney Foundation, Kohl's, and Miller Brewing, to name a few. We are the national vendor for American Cancer Society and have been producing t-shirts for over 10 years. This here is our Will Enterprises team. To the left is myself, Kevin. I'm the account rep for American Cancer Society. I've been with the company for over 25 years and basically know everything from start to finish, so I kind of oversee to make sure things run smoothly with your account. In the center there, that's Stefan. He's the lead artist. He'll go through the art process with you, sponsors, anything you need. He'll be sending you the proofs and revisions and make sure that everything's 100%. Matt to the right, he's also a cancer account rep. He'll make sure that the orders are entered correctly and flow smoothly. If there's any questions on the order, like the need by dates or anything like that, or the spot whatever you sent in for sponsors, on the PDF back, he'll get in touch with you and get those questions answered. Also, during the relay season, if you have any questions on anything, Matt's the guy that you would get a hold of. Later on in the presentation, we'll have the email address and also his extension on there. But he would help you through any process, of ordering or anything you may need during the season. This here is our production team. As you notice, all of the t-shirts that they're wearing say Cancer Certified. That means that they went through extensive training on weekends to make sure that they know the American Cancer account from, top to bottom, from printing, shipping, packaging, so they know exactly what you need and how it should be sent out to you, so that when you receive your order, it's easy to find your shirts, it's labeled correctly, and that everything's 100%, at the end. 2015 T-shirt guide. You have the 2015 T-shirt guide, which is a detailed guide to the ordering process and the website functionality. For some reason, if you didn't receive it yet, you should have it within the next week or two. If you have not received the guide, please email us at cancer@willenterprises.biz and we'll forward one to you. We also have YouTube channels set up that are dedicated to ACS that are on segments as like artwork, ordering, turnaround, and shipping. So if you have any questions on those, you can always revert back to the YouTube videos, and it's kind of like a step-by-step, or it'll go through things with you, if you're working after hours or at home or whatever. So those YouTube channels would help you out with those if you need answers right away. T-shirt ordering procedures and timeline. To order your shirts, you log in the Society Mart and go to the Will Enterprises catalog and follow the ordering instructions. Customized t-shirts will need to be ordered no later than 15 calendar days before your need by date. Will Enterprises receives your order. You'll receive an order confirmation electronically. When your order ships, you'll receive tracking information from UPS that'll have your numbers, your tracking numbers, and the details of the shipment. When you receive your order, please open the boxes and make sure the contents are correct. We ask that as soon as you get them to open them immediately. That way, if there are any issues or something's not correct, we have that time that we can make a correction and get you, whatever has to be done, new shirts or whatever, resolve any problems that you have or issues. If you have any questions, please email us at cancer@willenterprises.biz, or if it's urgent, you can call Matt at the 414-365-3320, and he'll be able to help you out with anything that you may need. T-shirt specifications and pricing. Both white and colored shirts will be Fruit of Loom 100% cotton pre-shrunk t-shirts. Each t-shirt will be screened with the approved 2015 Relay for Life design. Only white participant shirts can be customized with sponsor artwork. That's the only one that can be customized at all. The other options are just stock options. Our screen printing process uses the latest in digital technology to ensure the best quality imprint. Rush charges will apply if the order is not received in the proper time frame. Like I mentioned, above there or before that, the 15 calendar days. If you need customized shirts, that gives us enough time. So make sure that you plan ahead, get us the sponsors ahead of time so we can get you the sponsors, the artwork set up for you for approval. Try to stay on task, so that you have everything early, or at the latest by that 15 calendar days, to avoid any rush charges. Because it's, as it says, rush charges a lot of times, or expedited shipping could be, a lot of times more than the shirts themselves. So at all costs, we want to avoid expedited shipping if possible. So like I mentioned, try to stay on task. When we send you out, we'll get into the notices later on in the presentation, but when we send you the 38-day notice, start getting your sponsors ready and everything together to get it over to us. So we can get going on your PDF artwork, your sponsor back, to move the process along. Sponsor art process, as I mentioned before. What we do is we send out a 38-day notice prior to your event. You'll receive an email from us that'll contain your PDF of your 2014 t-shirt artwork, if it's available, and the tip sheet. If you want to get a head start on the process, like I mentioned, try to stay ahead of the game, have everything ready to go. To send the logos over all at once in the completed tip sheet. That way we can get the back imprint ready for you and send back to you to make sure everything's correct for approval. If for some reason 21 days before your event we don't receive your tip sheet or your sponsor logos, we'll send you another reminder email and to get us the artwork. I mean, basically the 21 days, I mean, like I mentioned before, you want to have your order placed 15 calendar days before. When you get down to this 21, I mean, that's cutting it kind of close, because it takes a day to get the proof back to you, and then you're double checking it, make sure it's correct, and sending it back to us. You want to make sure everything's approved and ready to go, and your order placed at least 15 calendar days before. So if you're down to the 21 days, it's kind of down to crunch time. So at that time, you want to make sure absolutely you get everything over to us. Once you receive your completed tip sheet and sponsor logos, we'll begin working on creating your 2015 customized t-shirt artwork. You'll receive a PDF proof once we have everything set up, within 1 business day after we receive everything. After reviewing the checklist, you can reply with approval or revisions. So later on in the presentation, we'll go through what we send in the proof. It's basically a checklist, that goes through checking the sponsors and stuff. And if there's any corrections or anything, you just mark it right on that sheet, send it back to us, and then we'll, get the revisions done to you and sent back to you right away. If it's approved, there's a spot on the bottom. You just check it that the artwork's approved, and then we'll get it into, we'll basically, then you can place your order and get the process going. Once you approve your sponsor art PDF, there can be no changes to the artwork. This is what will print on the back of your customized shirts. So you want to make sure when you approve it that everything's 100%. Double check spelling, everything, layout, sponsors, make sure we didn't forget anything. Enough, always make sure that that's, everything's 100% before you sign off on it. And if there's any questions or anything, just reply back to us, and then we'll take care of whatever you might need. But make sure that everything's 100% because that's exactly what we're going to print on your shirts. Your sponsor artwork requirements: logos should be a vectored art or high resolution, 300 dpi or greater. To determine if a logo is a high resolution logo, you open it and zoom in at 300%. If the logo is fuzzy or blurry, it is not a high resolution and will not print well. When requesting logos from sponsors, ask for logos in black and white. Accept color logos only as a last resort. Do not send in any digital photos, as these files will not produce well on the back and cannot be used to make accurate recreations. Acceptable file formats for logos are EPS, PS, AI, or PDF. High resolution formats: these formats must be at least 4x4 and 300 dpi. That's Photoshop documents, TIFF, BMP, PNG, or JPEG, or PDF. Questionable formats: these file formats should be submitted only as the last resort, as they will have to be recreated to be used on the back of the shirts. Those are the GIF files, GIF. These images are designed for web, and therefore they're low resolution, bad quality, so those will not print well on the shirt. We also have other questionable formats would be any colored image. Colored logos cannot be printed or converted to black and white and must be recreated, slowing down the art production process. Publisher files: we have the program available, but these files should be created to a PDF, just to make sure that they print well. Unsupported file formats that we do not support are Quark Express, that's the QXD document, a Corel Draw, Corel Photo Paint, or any embroidery machine format. Scanned images: all images must be scanned in at black and white. All scanned images must be at least at 300 dpi and 4 inches by 4 inches. If your image is smaller than 4 inches, you must scan it in at a higher resolution. When scanning business cards, please specify the information that you want to be included on it. So, if it has an image on there plus some extra writing and you only want some of it on there, make sure you specify that. That'll just, help along the art process, and it won't, that'll help so to avoid any delays or anything like that. To avoid any unnecessary delay, please send all logos at one time. So make sure everything's in like a zipped folder, or if it's a smaller file on your email, you can send them separately in one email, but make sure that you have everything at once that you send it to us, not that you send us part of it and then you send us more logos the next day and the next day. All that's going to do is slow things down or delay the process, because once we receive the tip sheet and some logos from you, we're going to start creating the back artwork, your sponsor layout, and if you start sending more logos, it's just going to delay the process. So make sure you send everything at one time to us. You may email logos, like I mentioned, or mail the hard copies. Faxing logos should only be used at a last resort, because obviously they won't print well, they'll be pixelated and everything. This here is the tip sheet and layouts for the 2015 season. So this is what you'll receive in your notices. So this basically has all the information we need to start your artwork process. So you'll send this along with your sponsor logos, and this tells us exactly how to lay everything out. Also, make sure you mark it if it's a heritage event. There's a yes or no checkbox. Make sure you include that. And then basically it tells you, number of presenting sponsor logos. You put that in. Platinum sponsors, bronze. Basically that way we know, to double check if we don't, if we're missing something and you have it labeled. We count them up, make sure that we have the number that that you have marked on your tip sheet to what you sent us, so that nothing's missing on there. So this here will help get your process started, and that way, um, if you have everything indicated on here exactly the way you want it, that again will speed along the art process and make sure that everything flows smoothly. And once we send back that first PDF, make sure you proof it because you are responsible for it. When you receive your PDF from Will Enterprises graphic designer, you review it, make sure you magnify it at least 300% to proof it. That way, if any logos are, if they look fuzzy or blurred or anything like that, that's how they're going to print on the shirts. We want to make sure that we try to get those replaced. Otherwise, obviously your sponsor might not be happy with it, so we want to make sure that that's taken care of during the proofing process. We'll also attach a checklist along with the PDF proof to help you review your artwork, and that way on the checklist it goes through if there's any revisions that need to be made. You can note on there exactly what has to be made. That's actually will be later on here, or the next slide. I'll go through that with you. Using the checklist will be sure, make sure you check spelling, capitalization, spacing, sponsorship levels, and event date and name. Also double check the total number of logos, tech sponsors to ensure that no sponsors are left off. So we do proof it here and compare it to your tip sheet, but we want to make sure, on your end that you're doing, a diligent check and you're going through it yourself to make sure that, we didn't miss anything, or, if it's typeset sponsor, that the spelling, everything's correct. So make sure you guys take your time, set aside, go through it, up and down. We want to make sure that, once you approve it and we print the shirts, that everything's 100%, when you receive them on, the date that you need them. So please, double and triple check your proof when you get it from our artist. If you have any questions on the artwork you receive or acceptable artwork or anything like that, you can email cancer@willenterprises.biz, and then Matt, he'll help you out with that. Here's what I mentioned previously, the approval checklist. So here, when you send it back, if there are corrections or anything, you just mark on there, like if you have incorrect spelling of a tech sponsor or anything, you just indicate that, mark what it is, and we'll correct it for you. If you have additional logos, remove logos if something's not right on there, or anything that needs to be replaced. If you have a fuzzy, blurry one, like I mentioned, if you blow it up and it doesn't look good, then you hit the replace logo, send us a new one. Or if any of these, don't take care of, the issue that you have, you just put in the comments section what needs to be done or corrected. If everything is 100% and you're happy with it and you want to approve it, you just check box the bottom where it says no corrections, art is approved, and then we'll get that in production or get it ready for when you place your order. And then how to start ordering. We've developed an easy to use online ordering system through Society Mart that captures all the necessary information to process your order. So basically, before you even place your order, this is kind of the information you'll need to put in the system as you're ordering your t-shirts also. But the system will have the Relay for Life event city name, Lawson code, need by date, and then all the appropriate shirt back options: participant, survivor, team captain, event leadership. And then also, when you're checking through your order, you also make sure you select the correct shipping option. If you need the shirts, you were late ordering them, you need them in a crunch time, then please make sure you check the express shipping. If you need 2-day air, if you need it a certain date, or next day air, that'll also just speed along the process. Otherwise, if you go through the whole checkout system and you select UPS ground, and you on your order says the need by date is 2 days from when you ordered them, well, then we have to contact you and find out if you actually need them that date, or if that was a mistake. So it slows down the process. So make sure you put as much accurate information as you can on there. It just, like I said, it makes everything flow smooth. and then that'll ensure you get your shirts on time or the need by date that you have listed on there. Ordering through Society Mart and Will Enterprises. To begin your ordering process, simply access Will Enterprises punch-out catalog through Society Mart. Click on the shirt or shirts you wish to order. All shirts sizes appear on the same ordering page. When ordering sponsor participant shirts, you will attach your approved final PDF to your order. You can review the PDF once you've attached it. So you'll basically attach it on the order, and then there'll be a section in there that you can review it to make sure that you attach the correct PDF of your artwork. So that's something you're going to want to do, just to make sure that you didn't grab the wrong file or logo or anything like that. So always double check that when you're in the checkout process, and we'll go through that when I walk through the website with you. Through the checkout process, you'll be asked your event name and need by date. So again, that need by date, that's the date we're going to absolutely have those shirts in your hand. So always make sure that's an accurate date when you need your shirts by. You'll also be asked for the shipping method, which I mentioned prior. So it'll be UPS ground, 2-day air, next day air. So make sure you select the appropriate shipping that you need for your order. When completed, you'll punch back into Society Mart and you'll assign your appropriate accounting information and complete the Society Mart process. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the website, and I'll kind of do a walkthrough with you on that and show you how the ordering process works. So here is the online store that we have set up for your Relay for Life ordering. So on here you can see that on the main page you have your event leadership t-shirts, your front only shirts, like I mentioned previously, the white shirt and the gray one. That's the only front options that you have with no backs on them. This here is your customized participant shirt. You would click on here if you need sponsors on the back. Team captain shirts, survivor. You've got two different options for the survivor shirts. On the site we have contact information here. So if you need to get a hold of us, you can click on that. That's Matt's information there. So you can email him or give him a call. We also have the shopping cart. So as you're going through, you can always look and see if you have, what your shopping cart looks like. If you have anything in there, or you want to check it as you're going along, you just click on that. And then the shop catalog button, that just goes to your main catalog. If this is a little hard for you to, if it's smaller and harder for you to read or whatever, you can go to shop catalog, and that has all the selections as well. So you can, so here, if we're going through the process again, if you're just going to need, if you need event leadership shirts or stock back, and then also the custom participant, you would place this, you would do a separate order for the event leadership shirts, survivor, and team captain. That way those would ship out earlier to you. And then you would order your customized participant shirts on a separate order. So basically, to order your customized participant shirts, you just click on it, and then it comes up the custom participants. So you click on it, and then that has where you can order the different sizes. So then on here you have your youth sizes on the top: youth small, youth medium, youth large, and then your adult sizes all the way up to 6X. So basically it's just like a normal online ordering process. You just click in however many shirts you need. So say you put in 12 for that, 10 for here. Smalls, you need 5, we'll say 5. Large, we need 5. And then you just click on there. You can either hit the add to cart button here, and then it'll go right into the add to cart. And for some reason, if you review it and go, oh no, I missed something, or you want to update something, you can either hit the update button here, and then you can just change it. Whoops, I'm sorry. You just change it and then hit the update button. So you change it, hit the update, and then that'll just change it in your cart here. If you want to remove an item, you just click on the remove button and it'll take it right off the order, so then your cart gets automatically updated. You can also clear the cart, so if you want to clear it all and start from scratch, you can do that as well. Or if you all of a sudden forgot something, go, oh no, I forgot some double X, I got to go back in. You can just hit the continue shopping here and then go back into the customized participant shirts and then go right down to the double X that you missed and then just put them in there. So we're going to add 10 on there and right to the cart. So now we have the doubles on there. So then once you review everything and everything looks correct, then you can hit your checkout button. And this is where you would attach your PDF artwork for the customized backs. So you'd have that file either, in your documents, desktop, or somewhere. But I would probably, before you start, placing your order, just double check, where that file is located. That way you can find it easily and make sure you have the correct one. So here we choose our PDF, which I have a sample on my desktop here. So you just scroll down, you look for your file, or if you're grabbing the file from your documents, you do the same thing, just click your documents. So then you just double click it or hit the open button. So there you can see that the PDF is attached. So you just hit the upload button. And here is where I mentioned that you can check to make sure you have the proper PDF attached. So you would just click on that. And I'm looking at it. Looks good. So that's the one we will go with. Thing was correct, so we're going to continue on. So when you come back, you can also, so for some reason you check over that PDF and it's not correct, you can hit the replace button and then you can just attach a new PDF, or if everything's good, you just hit the continue button. Here you're going to enter your staff name or information. You'd probably put your first and last name. Hit the continue button. Lawson code, so whatever you would have for your Lawson code, you just put that information in there. Your event name. Make sure, as it says on here, don't put any apostrophes or anything like that in there. So then here you can just confirm your order to make sure that everything's correct. So we've got the PDF, which is correct, the staff name, the Lawson code, and the event name. So everything looks correct. So you would just hit the checkout button. For some reason, when you get to this step, again, if your PDF's wrong, you have the wrong art number on there, or if something's incorrect, you would just hit the make changes and then it would bring you back and you can make any changes that you would need, the staff name or Lawson code or whatever you have to be, whatever you need to change. Otherwise, you hit the checkout button. And then I believe when you hit the checkout button, you will basically go back into the punch out section and then you'll fill out your information that you need, and assign the proper billing and everything like that. Turnaround time, 7 calendar days from receipt of your approved Society Mart PO. Colored shirts with standard backs. 1 to 2 days to process and 4 to 5 days to ship. 15 calendar days from receipt of approved Society Mart PO. That's the participant sponsor back shirts. So the 15 calendar days would give 7 days for production and 8 days for shipping. So we put a little buffer in there just in case, to make sure, if there's any issues or anything with shipping. Purchase requisition approval. Please make sure that your Society Mart purchase requisition is approved. We do not see an order until all approvals are complete. Orders will not be submitted for printing until they are approved. If this process takes an additional time, please factor that into the ordering dates. So if you know your approval process is going to take a day or two on your end, then try to put that in there, an extra day or two when you place your order, just to make sure. Shipping. Will Enterprises provides several ship options through UPS. You can do ground, 3-day air, 2-day air, or next day air. Like I mentioned in the ordering process, make sure you select the appropriate shipping to make, if you need it in 2 days, select 2-day air. If you need it in 3 days, then make sure that you select a 3-day air. That way, there won't be any delays in your order, for us to go back and forth to make sure that, that's correct. For some reason, if you pick UPS ground and you need it in 2 days, then we have to, verify that, that with you to make sure that's an exact date that you need the shirts by, and it'll delay the process. Each box will be marked with a label stating type of shirt, quantity, size, relay for life, event name, Lawson code, and then they'll have box of one, however many boxes, one of two, two of two, so that it's easy that you can go through your order and make sure that everything's correct. If there's more than one style shirt in a box, there will be multiple labels, so that'll be indicated on the outside of the box. Each shipment will contain a packing list stating contents, quantities, Society Mart PO number, Lawson code, need by date, ship date, and the will. To verify your order, open each box and compare contents to the box label that's indicated on the outside of the box that has the type of shirt, sizes, and counts. Do not sort or commingle boxes, until everything's verified. So double check your counts, make sure everything is correct to the packing list, and before you start, separating them or doing anything with them. If counts are off, please double check them a second time. If a discrepancy or quality issue exists, please email cancer@willenterprises.biz or give us a call at 414-365-3320. And any discrepancies not reported within 2 business days of delivery may incur replacement order rush charges, depending on the situation. So again, that goes with, as soon as your order arrives, make sure you open those boxes and double check them right away. Please keep in mind overages, unused shirts cannot be returned. Before you receive your order, I just kind of wanted to go through this with you. We do have a 4-count system that we do, which is really nice. We want to make sure, obviously, at the end that you have the proper, shirts, sizes, counts, everything like that. So we developed this 4-count check system for American Cancer Society. The first count, a receiving summary, is printed out with a description of the product along with exact counts, sizes. The order is pulled, making sure that it matches all specifications. So that's the first count. That's the first employee would do that. So the second count, before the printing process begins, the product is checked and is prepared for printing and is verified against a work order containing quantities and size chart. Third count's done during the printing. The quantities and sizes are rechecked. Each machine is equipped with an automatic counter that is used to assist the press operator in counting orders and is matched to the work order to ensure an accurate count, and make sure that everything is correct. The fourth count, we call this the blind count. What it is the person that does this fourth count has no idea what's in the order. What they do is, as the shirts come down the conveyor belt from the automatic printer, the person just goes through them, stacks them up by size, and counts, how many of each size, color, and they write it down. Like for if you have white shirts coming out, they'll write how many smalls, medium, large, extra large, so on. And then what happens is the manager will grab the actual work order, and they'll double check the counts, or they'll verify that those counts that person, the blind count, comes up to the same counts as what was ordered. We find out that this, we've found in the past that this system here, if someone's maybe out late or tired and they come into work and they feel like they're just going to go through the motions, this kind of, takes care of that, a person can't just go through the motions. They have to actually physically count every single shirt, make sure it's 100%, and that a manager looks at it with the person that everything's 100% before it ships out to you, the customer. If you have any questions on anything, you can always contact, like I mentioned, Matt or anything like that. Your t-shirt guide should answer most of the questions you may have. We have short educational video available with topics, like I mentioned before, for the ordering. Otherwise, you can always talk to your division manager too, and any questions not covered in this document, they might be able to help you. If you have any questions on overages, shortages, damaged product, need to ship, need to change ship address or anything like that, like I mentioned, you could just contact Matt at the 414-365-3320 extension 35. If you have like a ship address change, that's you probably want to email to him, so obviously we have it written down and there's no miscommunication. If you have questions on your artwork, you just reply back, to the person that sent you the proof, and they'll be able to help you with any questions on that. If you have any Society Mart problems or questions or anything, you would just contact Society Mart at the hotline at the 732-428-1578 or email on their support thing at acssupport@gep.com. That concludes our presentation. Um, so now we'll take the time, and any questions that you have written down, we'll take care of those for you.